All right. Welcome to Sin Bin Stream. Some Wednesday afternoon baseball, Major League Baseball, between the Seattle Mariners and Chicago White Sox. Coming your way at 110. There's a little bit of a light rain or a mist, so hopefully we get this one in as scheduled and on time. All right, let me check the audio real quick. All right, should be good. All right, so game one on Monday was taken by the Mariners 5-1. Grand slam by Rodriguez in the top of the eighth. Sox made it 5-0, and the Sox rallied to 5-1 in the bottom of the ninth, but left the bases loaded. Game two yesterday, Sox win 1-0. Whoops. I hope I didn't post that. I leaned on a key. There we go. Sox won 1-0. Great pitching by the starter and by the Sox bullpen. Mydroth singled, stole second, and I forgot who singled him in. Might have been Palacios. He was hitting higher in the lineup yesterday. All right, before the first pitch, we'll take a quick look at the games already in progress here. Actually, I'll be right back. One. All right, we're all set now. All right. First pitch coming up. 110, another minute or so. 51 degrees, feels like 42, 10 miles per hour in from right field. And one correction on what's coming up this week on Sinbin Stream. The hockey game Sunday is at 2 p.m. I mistakenly had the game as 3. It was 3 Eastern. My mistake. Okay, what is going on here? Two members of each team are standing at attention. What the heck is going on? Oh, brother, I guess they're having some sort of bet on who can stand at attention longer. Now it's just one White Sox player versus two Mariners. Can we get the game going, fellas? It's 1-on-1, and the Sox player heeds. I guess the Mariners won the standoff. All in good fun, but fellas, we're delaying the first pitch on a rainy day. It's kind of all right. We're ready to go. Let me take down this week. First pitch fouled off, strike one. First pitch about at 111. Oh, yeah, there's the starting lineups. Let's get the defense for the Sox. Rojas, Robert Jr., Palacios, outfield. Changeup Low in the zone, I don't know. I got to wait because these umps have been all over the place. CHSN hasn't indicated the count yet. Infield, Vargas, Mydroth, Sosa, Elko. Shane Smith, the pitcher. Theis, the catcher for the Sox. They took their bug down. I don't know if it's 0-2 or 0-1-1. Outside, four seam. I'm going to say it's 1-2. If I'm wrong, I will correct it. 9 starts this season for Shane Smith, 48 and a third innings pitched, 2.05 ERA. Misses outside, four seam. He has a four seam fastball, changeup, slider, curveball, and sinker. And he's thrown 3 sweepers as well, they said. Outside on a changeup, full count. Some reason the bug is down on CHSN, so 274 average, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs for Crawford, the leadoff hitter. A left-handed batter against the righty Shane Smith. Misses outside on a changeup, leadoff walk to start the game. And there's the Sox defense again. Double check. Rojas, Robert Jr. Palacios. Vargas, Mydroth, Sosa, Elko, the infield. Theis, the catcher. Shane Smith on the mound. All right, now the next hitter is Polanco, the DH again today. Inside, four seam, ball one. 94 miles per hour. Lance Barksdale, fewer strikes in all zones to lefties. Hitter friendly. Awesome. All right, here's the pitch. Ooh, it was outside, but taking a strike. Called. 1-1. Yeah, I got to wait. I can't guess at taking pitches because these umps are all over the place. Showed a bunt, pulled it back, change up low. They appealed to third, didn't show the signal. I'm assuming it's 2-1. No score bug for CHSN so far in this game. They must be having technical issues. All right, 2-1 the count. Inside, four seam, 3-1. And after a leadoff walk, Smith is behind in the count. 306 average, 10 homers, 30 RBI in 37 games for Polanco. All right, 3-1's the count. Oh, he misses outside on a four seam, ball four, 2 on, nobody out. Runner in scoring position already in the top half of the first inning here. And a quick visit to the mound by the pitching coach. All right, so OPS, or I should say OBS software is okay. All right, fresh stats. MLB ranks innings 1 through, whatever. Who cares? Just get your score bug up so I can double check the balls and strikes. All right, we got a minute. So we'll have Liberty at Sky, home opener tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. Then Rangers at White Sox, games 1 and 2, Friday night, Saturday afternoon. Sunday, the hockey game, game 3 of the Western Conference Finals at 2 p.m. And then White Sox at Mets, game 1, 3:10 p.m. on Monday, Memorial Day. Slider fouled off into the right field stands by Rodriguez, 0-1. He had the grand slam on Monday in game 1 in a 5-1 victory for the Mariners. The Sox took game 2, so this is a rubber match in the 3-game series. 1-0 Sox, so they've only scored 2 runs in 2 games and have split the series. Slider misses outside, 88. 232 average in 47 games for Julio Rodriguez, the center fielder. 8 home runs, 25 RBI. All right, Shane Smith delivers. Sinker in the air to center. Robert Jr. on the run. Off the nope, that's gone. I thought it was off the wall. 2-run home, 3-run homer make it. Sox quickly down 3-0. Nobody out in the top of the first. And apologies, I correct the inning. I realize I zeroed it out. So that clears the bases, and the Mariners have 3 runs on 1 hit because of 2 walks. So not a good start if you're a White Sox fan. (3-1-0) for the Mariners. Curveball, 80 miles per hour, taking strike 1. So the Sox are going to need some offense today. Changeup out of the zone, swung on and missed, strike 2. They finally got their score bug working. 16 pitches for Shane Smith. This is Raleigh, the catcher, a switch hitter. 241 average, 15 home runs, 32 RBI. Here's the 0-2. Fouls off a 4-seam. Caught a piece of the glove of Theis, the catcher today for the Sox. Still 0-2. So if you tuned in late, 2 walks and then a 3-run shot to center by Rodriguez for a 3-0 lead. Bounces 1. Makes the count 1-2. Mariners again wearing I guess that's their road hat. It's like teal brim and the navy blue shirts. Chases a changeup, swung on and missed, strike 3. Finally 1 down in the top of the first. Tough pitch, bottom dropped out of it, and Shane Smith retires someone finally in the top of the first. All right, right-handed Smith against the right-handed batter, the left fielder, number 56, takes a ball 1-0. It's Randy Arozarena, 45 games, 230 batting average, 6 home runs, 21 RBI. Four-seam on the outside edge of the plate, 95 miles per hour, taken, strike 1. Change up. Taken, ball 2. Apologies. Oh, 4-seam misses upstairs. 3-1. Shane Smith a little bit all over the place. And thanks for the hearts. Appreciate it. Walked the first 2 hitters, then gave up a 3-run homer. Now he's got a strikeout, and then 3-1. A sinker grounded to second, over to first in time for 2 outs. So luckily. All right, change-ups this season. I don't know. I don't understand. Got to get into all the lingo of the new stats. All right, this is Tellez, the big first baseman, a lefty hitter. Fouls off a 4-seam out of play, 94, strike 1. So 2 outs, 3 in on 1 hit, and 2 walks, a 3-run homer by Rodriguez, who had a grand slam in game 1. Smith delivers the 0-1, a curveball foul, 0-2 down the right field line. Yeah, so the Mariners have their like navy blue jersey, the white lettering of Seattle, and then they've got that like teal outline, and that's what's on the brim of the cap is the Seattle, the teal. It's really kind of weird Four seam on the outside edge of the plate. Strike three. Tellez didn't like it, but it was there. Finally, the Sox retire the side. Bottom of the first. 3 runs on 2 hits and a 3-run homer. And we head to the home half of the first. Sox coming to bat, already trailing 3-0. Oops, didn't realize the socials were up there. I can put that back up in a minute. All right. Let's go around the league. I know there's getaway day for other teams, so we got plenty of daytime Wednesday afternoon baseball. All right, no finals, no rainouts. This looks like a scheduled doubleheader between the Guardians and Twins. All right. Bottom of the 7th, Twins batting with a 4-2 lead over the Guardians in Minnesota. Pirates lead the Reds in Pittsburgh 2-1, and they're batting in the bottom of the 6th. Rays at home up 3-2 on the Stros, top 5. Tigers at St. Louis leading the Cardinals 2-0, top 5. In Miami, the Marlins and the Cubs tied 1-1. Marlins bat in the bottom of the 4th. In Milwaukee, the Brewers trail 1-0 to the Orioles, and they are batting in the bottom of the 4th. And later today, Royals, Giants, then the rest of the schedule this evening. All right, Mydroth. Oh, let's get the defense for the Mariners up there. So we have Arozarena, Rodriguez, Taveras in the outfield. Here's the first pitch taken right down the middle, 92 miles per hour, strike 1. Infield, Williamson, Crawford, Moore, Tellez, and Evans is the pitcher, Raleigh is the catcher. Hits a cutter into left. That's a single at least. He's probably going to have a stand-up double as the left fielder retrieves it. All right, another hit by Mydroth. 4th double this season. I think he's on a 9-game hitting streak, if I read correctly. So first hit in the bottom of the first for the White Sox. So they try to answer the 3 runs by the Mariners in the top of the first. All right, double for Mydroth. That brings up the right-handed hitting Miguel Vargas, 240, 6 home runs, 21 RBI. Takes a cutter outside, ball 1, 87. So Mydroth at short, Vargas at third, Theis, the catcher, on deck. Cutter on the inside edge of the plate. Looked inside, but it's strike 1. Vargas got a face mask or like a ski mask or something protecting his face. Caught by the center fielder, Rodriguez, who fires a dime. Nope, to the cutoff man, tagging and moving to third for the first out of the inning. All right, let's double check the Mariners defense real quick. Yep, Rodriguez, Taveras, Williamson, Crawford, Moore, Tellez. Yeah, Cal Raleigh, the catcher, Evans, the starter. So we match. All right. 1 out. Runner at third. Theis is up in 33 games. 215, 1 home run, 8 RBI. Fouls off a sweeper. Strike 1, 85 miles per hour. And he's a lefty batter. Whoops. Got to clear the count. There we go. 1 out. Runner at third. It was a double. Then a fly out to center. Advanced him to third. 1 out. Third place hitter up. On deck is Robert Jr., the center fielder, cleaning up today. All right. 0-1 pitch is on its way upstairs. Misses four seam 93, ball one. Yeah, Casey Lawrence pitched 5 innings and gave up the run and took the loss in the 1-0 game. He came in the second, but good starts by the Mariners. Changeup taken on the top part of the zone, strike two. Yeah, the Sox got a solid start by Hauser, who signed with the Sox yesterday. Wow, that sweeper is called a ball. That was over the plate and not high. I don't know why this was taken as a ball. It was a should have been a strike on the outside edge of the plate. Time called. Catcher waves off Evans. We'll do it again. Once everybody's set here, 2-2 count, one out, runner at third for the Sox. 7 seconds. Here's the pitch. Fouls off an 89-mile-per-hour changeup. 2-2 still as Theis steps out of the batter's box. All right. 2-2. 2 seconds on the pitch clock. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a low curveball. Was in the zone, but who knows with these umpires ever. Quickly 2 away. Tough pitch. That curveball just hung there and then died at the last second. All right, 2 outs, runner at third. Robert Jr., the center fielder, right-hander versus right-hander. Evans, number 73, is set. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed on a sweeper, low and outside. Go figure. Robert Jr. always chasing the first strike. The first 2 games, I think he took 3 balls combined in his first at bat. Otherwise, he jumps on the first pitch every time the rest of the game. Swung on and missed on another sweeper. It's quickly 0-2. Come on, we need a hit. Sosa on deck should Robert Jr. reach base safely. Here's the windup, the delivery. Finally takes the sweeper low and outside for ball one. 86 mile per hour. One-two pitch on the way outside. Misses on a cutter and low. Ball two, 85 miles per hour. All right, Evans into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a changeup just barely above the dirt. Strike three. So the Sox waste a leadoff double by Mydroth and still trail 3-0 through an inning. We head to the top of the second. 3-0 Mariners. Man, this offense is brutal. And if the starter gets into trouble in the first inning, well, still a lot of baseball to be played, and we'll see. 3 runs, 1 hit for Seattle. It was 2 walks in a row, then a 3-run homer by the Rodriguez, the center fielder, hitting third today, who also had a grand slam in Game 1 and a 5-1 win for the Mariners. Then a double by Mydroth, wasted. That he moved to third on a fly out to center, and the Sox wasted it. Mydroth scored the lone run in a 1-0 game yesterday, or last night. All right, and a reminder, WNBA basketball tomorrow night on Sinbin Stream, 7 p.m. Central. New York Liberty in town to take on the Chicago Sky, the Sky's home opener. They lost their season opener against the Fever. Then we got game 1 and 2, Rangers at White Sox of a 3-game series. Friday, 6:40 first pitch, 6:40 p.m. Central. And then 3:10 Saturday afternoon. Sunday, Dallas Stars at Edmonton Oilers, game 3 of the series at 2 p.m. Central. Then we have White Sox Mets on Memorial Day at 3:10 p.m. First pitch, curveball taken and called, strike 1. Swung on and missed on a changeup low, strike 2. The hitter is Tavares, the right fielder. And he is one of their 3 switch hitters in the lineup tonight. Or this afternoon. Polanco is the other one, and Raleigh, the catcher. So the 3rd hitter, the 5th hitter, and the 7th hitter. All right, here's the 0-2. Change up in the air to center. Robert Jr. under it to secure the catch for out number 1. Yeah, the Sox yesterday, they had 1 fielding error on the 3rd baseman, but they turned the double play after it. So they play good pitching, good defense for the Sox last night, after the game was delayed 95 minutes by rain before the first pitch. Slider taken, strike 1, 89. The hitter is Moore, second baseman, hitting 282, 850 OPS. Slider outside, 1-1, and again, 89 miles per hour. Fouls off a 4-seam, 93, out of play, strike 2. Curveball on the ground, just foul. Still 1-2. Foul down the 3rd baseline. All right. Shane Smith is set. Here's the 1-2. Fouled off a 4-seam. Still 1-2. First batter in the top of the 2nd. Flied out to center. Slider fouled off. 89 miles per hour. Still 1-2. 36 pitches already for Smith, with 1 out in the top of the 2nd. All right. Smith delivers. Slider on the ground. Mydroth at short. Up with it. Long throw. Not fielded by Elko. Maybe a error on the throw. Good throw beats him. We'll see what they call. And it's an error, I assume, on Mydroth. Yep, Mydroth on the throw. That's what I would have figured. All right. 1 out, 1 runner on. Sox make another error. 2 games in a row. Somebody called time, so we have to reset for first pitch to the 9th place hitter, Williamson, the 3rd baseman, 243 average. Takes a 4-seam, 95, strike 1 called. All right, maybe the Sox can turn a double play here. 0-1 against a right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Sinker fouled off. 95. 0-2. Damn it. Mydroth had time. He could have set himself to make a good throw. He was kind of on the run. Tough play, but it was makeable. Get a decent throw. Throw to first, not in time. Good camera coverage by CHSN. They're getting better. This series has been better. All right, 3-game set. Tied 1 game apiece. We're in the top of the second. Mariners already up 3-0. They've got a runner on with only 1 out. Four-seam fouled off 93, and the runner had taken off too. Still 0-2. He'll retreat back to first. That's Moore, who reached base on a throwing error by Mydroth, the shortstop. 243 average for Ben Williamson, 1 home run. Moore still heading back to first. Pardon me. All right. 0-2 count. Slider misses low. Ball 1. Stolen base easily. Tough pitch to handle for Theis to try and throw the runner out. So we got 1 out. 1-2 count. And a runner at second base. And we get to see the Nintendo Switch 2 patch on the left sleeve of Moore when he was on base. 10 allowed stolen bases, 3 caught stealing for Theis on the year. 94 mile per hour four-seam misses inside, 2-2. 42 pitches already for Shane Smith. All right. Smith is set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off a changeup. Looks like it got a piece of Theis. Hopefully he's all right. Still 2-2 on the count. He threw 27 pitches in the first inning because he had 2 walks, then gave up the 3-run shot to Rodriguez. And now he's at 43 for the game with only 1 out in the top of the second. Fouls off a slider that was way outside. Still 2-2. And hey, Bubba, if you're still watching, contact Dom. Get him in here. Please, and thank you. All right, 2-2 pitch, 1 out, runner at second. Here's the pitch. Fouls a four-seam right down the middle, 94, straight back, still 2-2. 5 fouls this at bat, 8 total pitches. And we see the Nintendo Switch patch, Nintendo Switch 2 patch, featured on the left shoulder because it's a righty batter. 2-2 pitch. Smith sets, throws inside for ball 3, and Theis dropped it. That's got to be a pass ball. So it was pretty much down the middle. And it was going inside a little bit, but yeah, Theis just didn't catch it. It hit the glove, went out, hit the umpire's mask, rolled behind the plate, and easily into third with only 1 out now and a full count. It is a pass ball, they ruled officially. Damn it, Theis. Here's the pitch. Slider swung on and missed for strike 3, 90 miles per hour. A much-needed strikeout to get 2 outs in the inning. Great pitch by Shane Smith. And Theis held on, thankfully. And Williamson not happy, but we head to the top of the order. The leadoff hitter, Crawford, the shortstop, had a walk and scored a run in the first. Fouls off an outside changeup, 88 for strike 1. So, yeah, Crawford and Polanco walked, and then Rodriguez hit a 3-run homer to center. That's where we stand, 3-0, top of the second. But they have a runner at third, 2 down in the inning. Lefty hitter takes a four-seam high. Ball one, 94 miles per hour. So no official at bat yet because of the walk for Crawford. Here's the 1-1. Bounces a changeup. Runner holds at third. Ball two. 50 pitches thrown for Smith already with 2 outs in the top of the second. Number 25, the second baseman, Moore, is the runner at third. Right-handed pitcher, lefty batter, changeup on the inside. It's a ball. It was in the damn strike zone, as the little replay of the location shows, but it's a ball, 3-1. These umps have been brutal all 3 games. Their strike zones have just been worse and worse each following game. Four-seam in the air to center. Robert Jr. under it to retire the side for the third out in the inning. So they get out of a jam and keep the game at 3-0 Mariners as we head to the bottom of the second. Sox coming to bat. All right, let's get a look at here at the other action. Oh, first, due up in the order is Sosa, the second baseman. The fifth hitter, the sixth hitter, Palacios, the right fielder on deck. Vaughn, the DH today, is in the hole. All right, checking around on the afternoon, actually late morning, early afternoon games. Doubleheader today in Minnesota. The Twins lead the Guardians 5-2. They're still batting in the bottom of the 8th. They just got to run this inning. In Pittsburgh, the Pirates lead the Reds 2-1 as they head to the 7th. Right? Actually, it looks like I don't know. Yeah, they're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Rays at home against the Astros. They currently lead 5-2 as they bat in the bottom of the 6th. Cardinals at home trailing the Tigers 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Through 5, Cubs at Marlins in Miami tied at 1-1. And through 5 in Milwaukee, Orioles and Brewers tied 1-1 through 5. And got Royals Giants coming up in about an hour from San Francisco, and then 5:45 Central Time and later the rest of the evening, plus the game 2 of the doubleheader between the Guardians and Twins. All right, just a reminder, tomorrow night, WNBA action at 7 p.m. More Sox games, plus coming up, and the hockey game on Sunday afternoon. Sosa takes ball 1 just outside. Cutter taken, strike 1. 86 miles per hour. And Sosa steps out of the box to work on his swing. Now he's back in. Here's the 1-1. Sweeper driven to left. It's too high, though. Under it is for out number 1 is the left fielder. That is a Rosarena. 1 out, bottom of the 2nd. If you're new here and you like what we do, please click like on the video and consider hitting the subscribe button to Sinbin Stream on YouTube. It'll really help out the channel. Thank you for watching in either case. Here's the next hitter. Left-handed hitting Palacios. Takes a curveball, 83 outside, ball 1. He's hitting .214 in 35 games, 1 home run, 5 RBI. Changeup misses outside, 86, 2-0. 21 pitches only for Evans as he works with one out in the bottom of the second. Wind up delivery, another a four seam, 93 outside, 3-0. Pitching away from the lefty with the righty Vaughn on deck. Sinker out 92 outside, a 4-pitch walk. And the Sox have a runner at first with one out. One hit only for each team thus far, but the Mariners had a 3-run homer thanks to 2 walks. And the Sox defense, Mydroth made a throwing error, but the Mariners offense didn't capitalize. First pitch, cutter outside, and the catcher, that's Raleigh, comes out to talk to the starting pitcher, Evans. 1-0 the count. Vaughn, the DH, batting 7th today. 182 average, 521 OPS. Third baseman heads back to his position. No, actually, I think that was Crawford, the shortstop. Apologies. Catcher Raleigh heads back behind the dish. Just gets there. 5 home runs, 19 RBI in 47 games for Andrew Vaughn, number 25, the DH today. Elko's been pretty much playing first lately for the White Sox. Sinker misses up and in, 93 miles per hour, 2-0. Come on, Vaughn. Walker a hit here. Need base runners, trailing by 3. All right, here's the pitch. Cutter, oh, that was inside, taken, and they call it a strike. Unbelievable. All right, 2-1 the count. 1 out, runner at first on a 4-pitch walk. Here's the pitch, way outside and low, misses on a cutter, 3-1, 84 miles per hour. So you got Palacios, the right fielder, the runner at first. Sosa flew out to left to start the inning. Vaughn waits. Here's the 3-1. A sinker on the ground to short to second for 1. Over to first in time. 6-4-3 double play. Retires the side. They get a walk. No hits. We are through 2 innings and we are headed to the top of the third. 3-0. Bad guys. The Mariners. 3-1-0-0-1-1. All right, there we go. All right. Again, here's my socials if you want to follow me. So on X, Sinbin Stream, also Blue Sky. I just don't have it on this socials graphic. So X, Blue Sky, of course, at Sinbin Stream here on YouTube. And also on Kick and Twitch, which I hope to be getting back to with some either maybe NHL 94 or maybe I'll do some more NBA Jam and release those videos. Should have a hockey NHL 94 with the 2025 playoff roster released today. And whoops, nope, not that. So we try to cover sports available via roof antenna over the air free TV. Tomorrow, Liberty at Sky. Game Friday, Saturday, Rangers at White Sox, game 1 and 2 of 3-game set. Sunday afternoon, NHL playoff hockey Western Conference Finals Game 3, Dallas Stars at Edmonton Oilers. Then Monday on Memorial Day, the Sox are in New York to take on the Mets in the afternoon. I decided not to do curveball taken high and outside, ball one. Decided not to do UFL in week 9 and 10 because the games are meaningless. The DC and Michigan teams can't host the playoff games, so it's already locked in. Those teams will have to go on the road to St. Louis and Birmingham. All right, strike one called, taken. Smith to Polanco. Polanco fouls off a curveball, 1-2. Polanco walked in the first inning and scored on the 3-run home run by Rodriguez, who is the on-deck hitter. And Raleigh, the catcher, is in the hole. They're interviewing somebody in the dugout. I think it's Hauser, the starting and winning pitcher yesterday in the 1-0 game. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed on a changeup way outside. 1 away. Tough pitch by Shane Smith. That'll bring up Rodriguez, who is the difference in Game 3 here and was the difference in Game 1 with the grand slam in the top of the 8th and a 5-1 victory. All right, first pitch to Rodriguez, slider, 89 miles per hour outside, ball one. 57 pitches for Shane Smith as he works the top of the third. Swung on and missed on a low changeup, 89, evens the count, 1-1. Still interviewing Hauser. Now they're back to baseball. Rodriguez called time, stepped out of the box. Wow, those cracks really pop on the meter on the mic. Apologies. 1-1. Fouls off a four-seam. Out of play. 1-2. It's 1 out. Nobody on. Top of the third. White Sox wearing their white home jerseys with the black pinstripes. Here's the pitch. Changeup fouled down the third base line. Hits the tarp. Still 1-2. Mariners in their gray pants and their navy or what dark blue jerseys. All right, Julio Rodriguez, the center fielder, number 44, 1-for-1, 3-run homer in the first. Slider fouled off, 90, 1-2 still on the count. He's batting .236 average on the season, 739 OPS. Swung on and missed on a changeup. Strike 3. 2 away. Tough pitch. These changeups are nasty by Shane Smith today. Just, who knows with this ump? This might have been a ball if he didn't swing at it. It had some late action. It dove just on the outside edge of the, inside edge of the, inside edge of the plate. To the righty. All right, curveball misses inside, 1-0. Raleigh, the switch hitter, in the left-handed batter's box, 0-for-1, a strikeout in the first. 240 average, 15 homer, I think 32 RBI. They took it down already. 0-1, swung on and missed. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed on a changeup, strike one. Evens the count. And they're still, I think they're showing Hauser, the guy they signed yesterday who went 6 and got the win. Sinker, doesn't offer, taken high, ball 2. Raleigh steps out of the batter's box, adjusts the batting gloves. So we're at a time here. Hauser talking to Cannon, another starter for the Sox in the dugout. 2-1 pitch, Smith delivers, curveball driven to right. I think it was fair. This should be an easy stand-up double for Raleigh, the catcher. And it is. So 2 outs, and they get a double to put a runner in scoring position for their second hit of the game. Just turned on it and drove it just fair down the right field line. One hopper to the wall. That'll bring up Arozarena, the left fielder. He's a righty against the right-hander Shane Smith. Here's the pitch. Fouls off a 93-mile-per-hour four-seam for strike one. Every Friday home game, the Sox will wear those red City Connect jerseys, which look like Chicago Bulls jerseys. All right, checks the runner. Time is called. We'll step out of the batter's box. Raleigh already taken his lead from second. All right, still 0-1. Smith is set. Here's the pitch. Whoa, inside on a changeup. Hit him on the left shoulder, maybe even on the Nintendo 2 switch. They'll have 2 on with 2 out here. Just rode inside and a little high. Oh, actually, it might have hit his little elbow pad and then went into his ribs. It wasn't as high up as I thought. Yeah, I think it ricocheted off his ribs. Hopefully he's all right. All right, 2 down, and that'll bring up Tellez, a left-handed hitter, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 2 on, 2 outs. We have time called by the ump. I don't know what the signal was. He grabbed his mask. I don't know if he was signaling to the runner or what. All right. I think we're all set. Tellez is set. 68 pitches for Smith. He's set. Here's the pitch. Changeup low. Ball 1. Almost in the dirt. 69 nice pitches on the afternoon for Shane Smith. Rowdy Tellez 0 for 1, a strikeout, 190 average, 8 homers, 22 RBI in the season. Right-handed pitcher Smith set to the lefty. Tellez changeup on the ground to second, up with it is Sosa over to Elko at first to retire the side. They pick up a hit, but leave 2 runners on. We head to the bottom of the third. Sox trailing 3-0. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Seattle. White Sox no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. Mydroth on a bad throw. All right, with the win yesterday, that improves the Sox to 8-11 in the month of May after only going 7-23 to start the year in March and April. So 8-11. They're playing much better in the month of May. 7 of their losses came on the road in a 4-game sweep to the Royals and a 3-game sweep in Wrigley against the Cubs. So I think they've won three out of 5 series in May, I believe, or at least 3 out of the last 5 series, because they beat the Reds 2-1. Yeah, so they snapped a 5-game losing streak. They lost game 3 against the Reds, 3 straight to the Cubs, and then 1 to the Mariners. So they had a 5-game losing streak. And they had their first 3-game winning streak prior to that. I think they beat maybe the Marlins in game 3 and then 2 straight against the Reds. All right, we are headed to the bottom of the third. For the Sox, we got Elko, the first baseman, batting 8th. Then Rojas, the left fielder, batting 9th. Then we'll go to the top of the order. Mydroth, the shortstop, who was 1 for 1 today with the Sox lone hit, a double in the first. That the Sox wasted. Sweeper was outside. They call it a strike. 0-1. 148 average, 2 homers, 4 RBIs for Elko. Right-hander Evans against right-hander Elko. Swung on and missed on a curveball, low and way outside. Couldn't lay off the junk. 0-2. Oh, boy. All right, Evans in his windup. Sweeper misses outside 85. Ball 1. 31 pitches for Evans. Here's the 1-2. Sweeper in the air to left. No doubt about it. Gone. At least 10 rows deep. The Sox are on the board. Wow, what a blast. To lead off the third with a solo shot. The Sox pick up their second hit, both extra base hits, a double and a homer. No doubt about that one. Just turned on the 1-2 pitch, flipped it into left. Left fielder briefly gave chase, but that was at least 10 rows deep. I'm just guessing here. I think it was more than that. All right, Rojas, a left-handed hitter, steps in. The righty, Evans, delivers strike 1, 93 miles per hour taken. Oh, 1 pitch. Way inside. Almost hit him. And in the dirt, a sweeper, ball 1. Sox pick up a run here in the third and their second hit. All right, misses, ball 2. So 2-1 the count to the 9th place hitter, Rojas. 150 average, 394 OPS. Right-handed pitcher Evans. 3 seconds on the pitch clock. 2, and starts his delivery. Misses on a sinker outside. 3-1. Mydroth, the top of the order, on deck. Vargas in the hole. Cutter on the ground. First baseman has it, flips it to the pitcher in time for out number 1. Good 3-1 defensive play. Good play by Tellez to his right. The pitcher, Evans, covered in time, took the throw to retire the first out in the inning. So Mydroth, who had a double in the first to open the game, 1 for 1 as a hitter. He's hitting 303 now, 768 OPS. He takes a strike, 0-1, high in the zone, but calls strike, not out of the zone. Right-hander versus right-hander. The rookie hits a sinker down the line at third. It's fair, over to first in time. Tough play for out number 2. The third baseman, Williamson, on a nice play. Quickly 2 away after the leadoff solo. Wait a minute. Yeah, Elko led off the inning with a home run. So now quickly 2 away. Nobody on. And the second place hitter, Miguel Vargas, who's 0 for 1 with a line out in the first, 238 average. 722 OPS. Takes a sinker inside, ball 1. Had to wait because I don't know what this ump. 40 pitches for Evans. 1-0 to Vargas. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a missed on an 87 mile per hour changeup. Strike 1. Evens the count. Whoops. Sweeper just outside, but it looked, if you looked at the digital box there, that should have been a strike. 2-1 the count. Offered at a sweeper, and the ump confirms at first. Strike two. Vargas not happy. We got a 2-2 count, 2 out, nobody on, a run in on a solo shot by the first baseman, Elko. His third home run, and he just came up to the club last Sunday, so about 10 days ago. Changeup low in the zone, fouled off, 89 miles per hour, still 2-2. All right. Right-hander Evans, ready. He's, nope, 7, 6, 5. Now the windup to the right-hander Vargas. Swung on and missed on a cutter way outside to end the inning. But the Sox come up with 1 run on 1 hit. We head to the top of the 4th. It's 3-1 Mariners now. And I'll be right back after a quick break. All right, we are back. First pitch, changeup, driven to right on the run and caught by Palacios for a quick out in the top of the 4th here. So that was Taveras, a switch hitter, who made the first out here in the top of the 4th. Smith has thrown 71 pitches with 1 out in the top of the 4th. That'll bring up Moore, the second baseman, who reached on the air by Mydroth and stole second and went to third on a pass ball but didn't score. 4-seam taken by the 8th place hitter. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed on a 4-seam, 93 on the outside edge of the plate. Strike 2. Bounces a changeup in the dirt. 1-2. 54% whiff rate on changeup today. 7 of 13. Yeah. Changeup has been effective today for Shane Smith. Pitch number 75 for Smith is fouled back. Still 1-2 the count. Moore, the second baseman, hitting eighth in the lineup. 0 for 1, 279 average, 842 OPS. Fouls off a slider, 87. Still 1-2. All right. Smith is set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a low changeup for strike 3. Quickly 2 down in the top of the 4th. Tough pitch. The bottom dropped out of the changeup. And then he chased it, and it was see ya. That'll bring up the 9th place hitter, Williamson. He takes a strike, I guess. It looked outside. 0-1. Williamson, the third baseman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Batting 9th. Righty against righty. Fouls off a slider, 88. Strike 2. Oh, 241 average, 1 home run, 11 RBI for the third baseman. Slider into right, under it, and caught to retire the side is Palacios in right field today. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 3-1 Mariners. All right, got to get more water. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Thanks for joining me here on a Wednesday afternoon in May. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, whether you're a Mariners fan, a Sox fan, or just a baseball fan. Again, if you're new to the channel, you like what we do here, please hit like on the video. Please consider hitting subscribe to Sinbin Stream on YouTube. Really helps out the channel. But as always, thank you for watching. It's much appreciated. Here's what's coming up. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., WNBA action between the Liberty and Sky. Then Friday, Saturday, Rangers, White Sox. Sunday, Western Conference Finals, Game 3. And Monday, Memorial Day in the afternoon, Sox in New York to take on the Mets. Here's the windup. Cutter, 86, fouled off, strike 1. Theis is the hitter, the left-handed hitting catcher, hitting third in the order for the Sox today. Looks like, yeah, Curo has the day off because Vaughn is the DH again. Changeup low, didn't swing though. They appealed to third. Evens the count at 1-1. All right, righty against lefty. Bounces a changeup, 2-1, 87. Oops, sorry, hit the mic stand here. Yep, time called by Theis. Evans was in his windup. I'm a little surprised he got the late call for time there, actually. All right, Dice is back in the batter's box. Here's the 2-1. Misses low on a cutter. 3-1 to the leadoff hitter for the Sox here in the bottom of the fourth, trailing by 2. Wind up 3-1 pitch. 4-seam taken. Strike 2. It was low in the zone, but it was definitely a strike. 50 pitches for Evans as he works the bottom of the fourth. Nobody out. Here's the windup. Full count pitch. Fouled off a 4-seam. We'll do it again. 93 miles per hour. So still 3-2 the count. Nobody out. Nobody on. Leadoff hitter in the bottom of the fourth. Third place in the order. Theis, who's catching today. Right-handed pitcher against a left-handed batter. Here's the wind. The clock was at 0. I thought that was an automatic ball. Instead, it's driven into right center for a leadoff single. The Sox will take that. Yeah, the pitch clock was at 0. Sox pick up their third hit of the day here in the bottom of the fourth. All right, Theis leads from first. Sinker fouled off by Robert Jr. Looked a little low, 0-1. 181 average, 5 homers, 17 RBIs. Strikeout in the first. He has been struggling. The cleanup hitter, the right-handed hitting Robert Jr. takes a sinker just outside, ball 1. 92 miles per hour. All right, here's the 1-1. Cutter. Oh, it was outside. 86, but it's a called strike. This guy's zone is all over the place. Pitches outside of the strike zone are called strikes, and pitches inside the strike zone have been being called balls. Swung on and missed on a changeup. 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts is Robert Jr. 1 out. Man, he is brutal. I mean, I know we got 4 guys hitting in the lineup under 200. The 7, 8, 9 hitters, and then the cleanup hitter, Robert Jr. That'll bring up Sosa, the second baseman, 0 for 1 on the day, 270 average. Here's the pitch. Sinker taken, strike 1. 93 miles per hour. He had a line out in the second. 3 home runs, 11 RBIs on the season for Sosa. Changeup inside, driven to left, back at the track. It's gone, and the Sox tie it. Holy cow. Wow. The left fielder gave it chase, but 359 feet into the bullpen area, 101.8 on the exit velocity, and we have a new game as the Sox tie it up with their 4th hit of the game on a 2-run blast with 1 out by Sosa. Wow. So the Sox get 1 in the third and 2 in the fourth to tie the game up at 3-3. 4-seam fouled off by the right fielder Palacios. Strike 1. The left-handed hitting Palacios. He is no official at bat. He had a walk, his only appearance. 214 average, 618 OPS. Here's the 4-seam driven to right. Back at the track. Long gone. Back-to-back jacks. And the Sox are in the lead. And the crowd that showed up in this rainy day are cheering on their White Sox. 385 on the 385-foot shot. Wow. 4-3. Sox take the lead with a 2-run shot and a solo shot back to back. Following, so Theis got things going with a single. Robert Jr. struck out. Home run by Sosa to left. Home run to right by Palacios. Vaughn, a righty, the DH, takes a cutter, 89, strike one. And I don't think the wind is, they haven't shown an updated wind. I don't think it was blowing out, but I don't remember now. Grounded foul off the tarp down the third base line. Quickly 0-2 to Vaughn. 62 pitches for Evans. 0 for 1 with a grounded into double play in the second for Vaughn. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Sweeper into center for a single. So man at first, still only 1 out. The Sox bats have come to life here in the third and fourth inning. 6 hits, 4 runs on the day for the White Sox. Good 2-strike hit there by Vaughn. So 3-2-0, 4-6-1. They're showing Palacios swing on the home run, driven to right. I didn't get a good look at where it landed. Oh, yeah, into that. At least, I don't know, maybe 10 rows deep. And so 4 runs on 3 home runs. A solo by Elko, who's up now in the third to get them to 3-1. Then a 2-run shot by Sosa, back-to-back with Palacios solo. That's your and it was a yeah, at any rate, strike one taken. All home runs because Rodriguez hit a 3-run homer in the first for the Mariners. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Runner at first, 1 out, 3 runs in. Elko, the hitter, he's 1 for 1 with a solo shot just back in the third. 0-2 pitch. Doesn't swing. Sweeper misses outside, 85. Ball 1. 66 pitches now for Evans with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a cutter outside. Strike 3. 2 down. We still got a runner at first. This will be the 9th place hitter, Rojas, the left fielder. 0 for 1. Number 5. A ground out in the third, 146 average. No homers, 2 RBIs. 239 on-base percentage, 146 slugging. And if he reaches, then we'll go to the top of the order with Meidroth. The lefty takes a sweeper inside, 84, ball 1 from the right-hander Evans. His 68th pitch now. All right. Here's the 1-0 offering. Changeup grounded. The second baseman takes it, tosses it to Tellez, the first baseman, who touches first to retire the side, but not before the Sox pick up 3 runs and take a 4-3 lead as we head to the top of the 5th. Three, 2-0, 4-6-1. 3-2-0, 4-6-1. Yep. All right, the Sox offense comes alive in the last 2 innings. Again, that's right. First inning went walk to Crawford, walk to Polanco, then a 3-run homer by Rodriguez to make it 3-0 Mariners. Then Elko got the White Sox going. He had a solo shot in the third. Then the Sox batting in the fourth. Theis led off with a single. Robert Jr. struck out, but then Sosa hit a 2-run homer to tie it up. Palacios then went back-to-back and gave the Sox a 1-run lead. And that's where we stand through 4 innings. All right, let's check the rest of the league. Let's refresh. A little early for any finals, I believe, but let's double check. Oh, no, we got some finals. So game 1 of a doubleheader between the Guardians and Twins in Minnesota. Oh, the Guardians got 3 runs to tie it up in the 9th at 5-5, and then the Twins got a run in the bottom of the 9th to get a 6-5 win in game 1. Second game coming up later. In Pittsburgh, the Pirates beat the Reds 3-1. That's the 2 finals on the day. We'll go through these other ones later. All right, first pitch taken for a strike, 4-seam. Strike 1. Crawford, the leadoff hitter, is up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Oh, man, I just lost TV. Uh-oh. Missed what that pitch was. I believe it's... Oh, no, it's breaking up. Oh, I hope I didn't just lose the feed. All right, 2-1 the count. Not sure what happened, but we're back. They're showing Palacios and Wright, who gave the Sox the lead in the bottom of the 4th. Smith, 83 pitches, 2-1 count to Crawford. 4-seam on the ground. Elko has it, takes it himself, steps on the bag to get the first out here in the top of the 5th. Whoops, forgot to do that. All right, 84 pitches for Shane Smith, the Sox starter today. That'll bring up the designated hitter Polanco hitting second. He is also 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Also struck out. 4-seam 92 taken upstairs. 1-0 the count. Four-seam on the ground to second. Sosa over to Elko in time. Quickly, 2 down in the top of the 5th. Yeah, Sosa, second baseman, number 50. 4-3 ground out. Assist to the second baseman. And put out for the first baseman, Elko. Here's the first pitch to Rodriguez, who hits it in the air. On the run is Rodriguez to quickly retire the side. 1-2-3, nothing across. Halfway home, bottom of the 5th, the Sox are up by 1. Quick inning there by Shane Smith. 3 runs on 2 hits. One of the 2 hits was the 3-run homer following 2 walks by Rodriguez, the center fielder, who just flied out to end the top of the 5th. And then the Sox have 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 home runs, 2 solo shots sandwiched around. Well, a solo shot in the 3rd and then a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 4th, and back-to-back with a solo shot. All right, let's check in on those other games in progress as well. All right, again, earlier, game 1 of a doubleheader. Twins won 6-5 over the Guardians in Minnesota. Pirates won in Pittsburgh 3-1 over the Reds. So the game 2, Guardians, Twins coming up. Bunch of games starting 5:45 or later. Royals, Giants starting in like 15 minutes. So here's the 4 games still in progress. Rays at home up 8-4, still batting bottom of the 8th. They just got 3 after the Astros got 2, so 8-4, bottom of the 8th. Cubs in Miami lead the Marlins 2-1. Marlins batting bottom of the 8th. In Milwaukee, the Brewers trail the Orioles 3-2. Orioles just took the lead. Brewers batting now in the bottom of the 8th. And in St. Louis, the Tigers are leading the Cardinals 3-1. They are batting in the top of the 8th. And here's what's coming up on Sin Bin Stream the next 5 days. Thursday night WNBA, more baseball, and Sunday afternoon NHL. Mydroth hits the first pitch. It looks like it's going to be foul, out of play. 0-1 to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom. 1 for 2, a double in the first, 300 average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs for the right-handed hitting rookie shortstop. Takes a sinker that was inside, and they calls it a strike. This guy's zone is so bananas. Oh my gosh, these umps have gotten progressively worse in this 3-game set. I don't understand their strike zone. 0-2 pitch coming up. Bounces a changeup, 1-2. All right, Evans is thrown 72 pitches. Right-hander shakes off the sign. Now he's set. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed on a sweeper upstairs. Strike 3. Leadoff hitter retired here in the bottom of the 5th. Sorry, I forgot to reset the outs. That'll bring up Miguel Vargas, who got hot in the Cubs series, but he's hitting 237 on the year, 718 OPS. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Right-hander against right-hander. Checks his swing. Sweeper outside. 86. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed on a cutter that, who knows, might have been a ball or a strike, depending on this clown's strike zone. At any rate, count is even 1-1. Here's the pitch. Bounces a cutter. 2-1. 89. Right-handed Evans still on the mound, and righty Vargas in the batter's box. Here's the 2-1. Sweeper in the air to center on the run and sliding. Rodriguez makes the catch to secure out number 2. Good play by the center fielder. All right, quickly 2 away. The third hitter is Theis, the catcher today. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. He scored on the Sosa 2-run homer in the third. He also has a strikeout. Here's the lefty hitter. Takes a changeup outside, 87, ball 1. Here's the pitch. Sweeper in there. Wow. Strike 1 taken. That was a tough pitch. A lot of movement. And it dropped in there. Not sure what you're supposed to do with that pitch. That was tough. All right, 79 pitches for Evans, pitching here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 1-1. Into the windup, the pitch. 4-seam. Just caught the outside edge of the plate, 1-2. That was pitch number 80 for Evans. Curveball on the ground. The third baseman in the shortstop's normal position throws to Tellez at first to retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down. We are through 5 innings. Mariners trailing by 1, heading to the top of the 6th. For the Mariners, we have the switch hitting catcher Raleigh leading off, the cleanup hitter today, followed by Rosarena, the left fielder, and Tellez. So I think Rosarena is a right-hander, yeah, and Tellez is a lefty. All right. You know what? Let's tweet the game right now. Get people in here. That's not it. What is going on? Why is this not working? Slider taking strike one. Ball one upstairs. 1-1. Change up low. 2-1. Sorry, just trying to tweet in the middle of the game here. No. Oh, why is it a draft? All right, slider misses. 3-1. What is the White Sox hashtag? Slider fouled off. Full count to the leadoff hitter. I don't know what is going on. Why White Sox isn't showing up. I thought it was just hashtag. Is it Go White Sox? What the heck? I thought. Anybody know? I thought it was just hashtag White Sox. I don't know. I'll just post it as is. I don't know what's going on. In the air to left, back at the track and gone. We got a tie game. Raleigh, the catcher, switch hitter, ties it up. Leadoff solo shot. 4 runs on 3 hits for the Mariners. All right, sorry. I was just trying to post hashtag why. I don't know why these. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should have done it from my phone. Whatever. Here we go. Oh and 1 the count and the next hitter. Sorry, I'm just trying to tweet in the middle. I should have. 0 and 2. Apologies. The hitter is Arizarena, the left fielder. He's a righty. Nobody out. Tie game 4-4. Did this frickin' post? I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. Fouled off. Still 0 and 2. Oh, great. So where's my draft? Why didn't it send? What the heck? Oh, there we go. It's in replies. Gosh darn it. Fouled off. Still 0 and 2. I could not get hashtag White Sox for some reason. It wasn't working. Yeah, it should be White Sox. I couldn't get it to work. Slider, slow roller to third, and just rolls foul. Luckily for the Sox. Still 0-2. Nobody out. Nobody on. A solo shot by the switch hitting catcher, Raleigh, to tie the game up at 4-4 here in the top of the sixth. Oh, did I say 5 or 4? On my tweet. Well, I suppose I could delete it and redo it. Why is it a reply? Yeah, through 5 innings. Okay. All right, right-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher. Or I'm sorry, a lefty. Eisert is in. Apologies. Fouled off a four-seam. Still 0-2. I apologize. I was trying to tweet. So Smith goes 5, gives up 3 runs on 2 hits, walked 2, 6 strikeouts, gave up a home run. Now he'll get no decision because Eisert in relief in the top of the 6th gave up a solo shot to start the inning. Evans has pitched 5. We'll see who comes out for the bottom of the 6th. Bounces a pitch, so it's 1-2 the count. All right. Sorry about that. All right, 1-2, lefty against righty. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a changeup. Strike 3, 1 out in the home half of the 6th inning. All right, again, 5 innings by the starter, Shane Smith. Had a 4-3 lead. It's now tied, Eisert. Swung on and missed to the lefty outside. It's Tellez, the first baseman. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out today. 1 out, nobody on, 1 in on a solo shot by the catcher, Raleigh. 4-seam, 90, misses way outside. Ball 1. Here's the 1-1. Slider outside, 86, 2-1, Eisert. The pitcher, first calls of the bullpen for the Sox here in the top of the 6th. Slider fouled off, evens the count, 2-2, 85 miles per hour on the slider. Two, 1 out. Nobody on. Tellez, the 6th hitter in the order for the Mariners today. 2-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Way outside on a slider. Full count. Oh, boy. Come on, Eisert. Stay out of the big inning here, Sox. Taken strike 3 on an 84-mile-per-hour slider. 2 away after the solo shot to lead off the top of the 6th. Good pitch by Eisert, battling back after the full count as well. That'll bring up Taveras, switch hitting right fielder. So he's in the right-handed batter's box. 0 for 2 today. Taken inside, almost hit his knee. Change up, 90 miles per hour. Ball 1. Showing the Mariners dugout. I assume it's their manager. I don't know who their manager is. And they have sweatshirts on today. Ooh, 4-seam. It was in the zone, the box, but it's taken. Ball 2. Come on. Man, this ump is brutal. I guess he does favor the hitters. Oh, my gosh. Here's the pitch. Bounces a slider. Did he swing? No, says the first base ump. Quickly, 3-0. Taveras is 0 for 2, 2 lineouts, 207 average, 1 homer, 12 RBI on the season. He is batting 7th in the Mariners lineup today. Nobody on, 2 out, but 3-0. 3 seconds on the pitch clock. Here's the full pitch. Slider taken 83, strike one. Three-one pitch. Slider, broken bat into left for a single with 2 outs. That bat shattered. All right, so that's the 4th hit for the Mariners today. Runner on first, 2 outs. Why are they talking about Edgar Martinez? Oh, okay, I don't. They're highlighting his career from 1987 to 2004. Is he like a coach for them now? Or maybe, yeah, okay. Offense since hiring Edgar Martinez as hitting coach in 81 games. Okay. All top 10 in the MLB. Okay. So he's helping out their offense as a hitting coach. Looks like that's it for Eisert. They have Moore, a righty, up, so they'll bring in a right-hander. It's Castro, the sinker ball specialist. All right, let's fix this. So Eisert gives up the solo shot to tie the game up. And we have a pitching change. Again, Castro, the right-hander, sinker baller specialist. 6'7" right-hander. He's 0-0 on the season, 10.13 ERA, 2 games pitched, 2 innings and 2/3, 2 strikeouts, 2.25 whip. Oh, boy. Yeah, he has 10 years of service in the major leagues, I believe. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So this year with the Sox, last year, actually 24 and 23 with Arizona. Yankees, Mets before that. Baltimore and the Mets in 2020. And 19 all the way back to 17 with Baltimore. Colorado 2016. Toronto and Colorado in 2015. 4-4, top of 6. Right-hander versus right-hander. All right, 2 outs. A runner at first. He throws to first, not in time. Castro, number 60. Throws a bunch of sinker balls. Moore, 0 for 2, the 8th place hitter. Strike one, sinker down the middle, 94, taken, 0-1. Dylan Moore, 0 for 2, reached on an error on Mydroth on the throw, and then he stole second. Here's the 0-1, way outside on a sinker, 95. Throw gets away at second. Sox track it down, but stolen base by, was that Taveras? Yeah, Taveras with the 2-out hit. And now he steals second. A bouncing throw. Sosa took his eye off it before he caught it to try and make the tag. It was late anyways, but the count is now 1-1. Tough pitch to make a throw on for Theis. Here's the pitch. Sinker in the air to center. Short center. Sosa, the second baseman, behind second to make the catch to retire the side, but not before the Mariners tied it up, and we head to the bottom of the 6th, 4-4. Sox coming to bat. All right. So for the Sox, in the bottom of 6, we got Robert Jr., the center fielder, a right-handed hitter, leading off. Then Sosa, the second baseman, and Palacios, the right fielder. So 4, 5, 6 in the order. Robert Jr. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Sosa 1 for 2, runs scored, 2 RBI. He hit the 2-run homer to tie it up in the, what was that, the bottom of the fourth. And then Palacios 1 for 1 with a walk. He hit the solo shot to briefly give the Sox a 4-3 lead in the fourth, and the Seattle just tied it up. All home runs, played at all the runs today. A 3-run shot in the first for the Mariners, that was Rodriguez. Then a solo shot in the sixth, that was by, I think, Raleigh, the catcher. Yeah, it was him. Sox had a solo shot to get on the board in the third by Elko, the first baseman. Then in the fourth, Sosa with a 2-run shot, back-to-back with Palacios' solo shot. So 4-4, all off of home runs. And let's check in on the rest of the action here as we're almost set. In any games final? Yeah, looks like we had a final from earlier that wasn't. All right, the Cubs hang on and win 2-1. They get a run in the eighth to beat the Marlins in Florida 2-1. That was the. All right, hey, Robert Jr. took ball one, sweeper, low and outside. Woohoo, improvement here. Whoops, let's get back to the box score. But he swings and misses at a cutter outside to even the count, 1-1. Ah, boy. All right, leadoff hitter, the cleanup hitter here in the bottom of the sixth. Fouls off a cutter. That was probably a strike if he didn't swing. 1-2. Evans still pitching, 84th pitch of the day here, working in the bottom of the sixth. Cutter misses outside, 86, ball 2. Come on, Robert Jr. You actually can take a walk, please. Need hits, walks, base runners. Bounces a changeup, laid off it, full count. Full count. First hitter in the bottom of the sixth. Right-hander versus right-hander. The windup, the delivery, swung on and missed on a cutter with this guy's strike zone. It looked outside, but probably would have been called a strike if he didn't swing. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts for Luis Robert Jr. That'll bring up Sosa, again, the 2-run shot that he hit in the third had tied the game at 3-3. Here's the first pitch. Swung on a cutter into center on the run. Makes the catch. That's Rodriguez, number 44. Quickly 2 away. So not Palacios. Palacios is up now with 2 outs. Nobody on. Robert Jr. works a full count. Then Sosa hits the first pitch. So strikeout and I guess a line out to center. Quickly 2 away for the Sox in the home half of the sixth. Lefty fouls off a curveball for strike 1. That's Palacios, who's in right field today. 1 for 1, walk and solo home run. 2 home runs on the season for Palacios. Right-handed Evans delivers to the lefty hitter. Cutter on the ground. Tellez gets it, throws it to Evans at first. A ground out, 3-1. Quickly, 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We're through 6 innings. Headed to the top of the 7th, all tied at 4. And a brief break. I'll put the scores up while I'm away. 9th place hitter due up for the Mariners, top of the 7th, Williamson, the third baseman. Then top of the order, Crawford at short, Polanco, the DH. All right, just about set. We got a pinch hitter for the ninth place hitter. It's Mastro Buoni, Mastrobuoni, in the left-handed batter's box. Castro's still out there, the sinker ball or special list. Misses on a sinker inside 1-0. So I know they have three switch hitters in the lineup. We'll just assume Mastro Buoni is a lefty here against the right-handed pitcher. Sinker outside, 2-0, 95. Two-zero pitch. Sinker on the ground. Castro has it. Flips to Elko at first for out number 1. Good play by the tall right-hander. Leadoff hitter retired in the top of the 4th. We go to the top of the order with Crawford. Slider outside, 82, ball 1. Left-handed hitting Crawford, the shortstop. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Sinker just outside, 2-0. Man, that guy, I think he's been calling that outside. He didn't give it to Castro here. Jordan Leisure, who picked up the save last night, warming in the Sox pen. Looked like a sinker. At any rate, it's 3-0, missed outside. 3-0 with 1 out. Crawford waits, takes the sinker high and outside, 4-pitch walk. With 1 out. That might be the last batter for Castro. Polanco, the DH, is up. Uh-oh, what did my heat just do there? It like came on and then shut right off. It's not good. All right, left-hander versus, Polanco is a switch hitter. So, yeah, they'll leave Castro in. Oh, a wild pitch. I think it hit him way low and inside. Yeah, he's taken first. 2 on, 1 out. That pitch got away from him. Hit him, I think, on the right leg, the lead leg. He couldn't get out of the way. Oh, boy. All right, Will Venable comes out now. That might be it with Rodriguez on deck. Yeah, he takes the ball from Castro. And I assume it's Jordan Leisure, the righty, coming in. All right, pitcher change, 1 out, top of the 2nd. All right. If you joined us late, 4 runs for each team off of two home runs for the Mariners and 3 home runs for the Sox. 3-run bomb by Rodriguez, who is due up. There was 2 walks, then a 3-run shot. That's how they got 3 in the first. Tim Elko, the first baseman, hit a solo shot in the 3rd. Then back-to-back home runs by Sosa, the 2-run shot, and Palacios got the Sox to 4. Then I think it was the on-deck hitter, Raleigh, who hit a solo shot. just the previous inning in the top of the 6th. That's where we stand, 4-4. Should be almost back from the pitcher change. All right, 4 runs, 4 hits for the Mariners. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 defensive error by the shortstop, Mydroth. Jordan Leisure, a righty, number 49, 20 games, 16.1 innings pitched, 3.86 ERA. He picked up the save, his first of the season, last night in the 1-0 win for the Sox. All right, Rodriguez, the right-hander, taking on Jordan Leisure, the right-hander. 1 for 3, a 3-run shot in the first. Here's the first pitch. Taken pretty much down the middle. Slider, 88, strike 1. Yeah, we know the center fielders in the last 2 series are killing the Sox. Leisure checks the runner at second. Slider grounded to third, over to second, on to first late. So they get 1 out, but the Mariners have runners at the corners, 2 outs, still batting in the top of the 7th. All right, Rodriguez, the runner at first. Now Raleigh, the catcher, who hit the solo shot in the second. He's a switch hitter, 2 for 3, a run, an RBI, a strikeout. So from the left-handed batter's box against the right-hander, Leisure bounces a slider, 1-0. Raleigh steps out of the box. Well, the Sox are 8-11 in the month of May. And yeah, I'm just back to baseball this month. Slider way back. Hopefully it's foul. Thankfully it is. That looked like it was gone. Just went foul and hit the netting on the right field line. A long strike 1. Yeah, I just got back into the baseball when the Sox played the Royals. I had heard from friends that the pitch clock really makes a difference and keeps the games more like 2.5 hours instead of 3+. So that got me interested. And I get the Sox for free over the air, via roof antenna on TV for CHSN in the Chicago area. All right, 1-1 pitch. Slider low. Did he swing? Third base ump says no. 2-1. Thanks for joining, though. I appreciate the views. Helps out the channel. Oh, if you're looking at the squares, that's a runner on first and third. So second base is unoccupied. 4-seam high, ball 3. Oh, boy. So see, if I'm going to light second real quick, this is what it would look like if the bases were loaded. 4 white boxes, but I'm going to take the runner off second. All right, 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 7th, tie game, and Raleigh steps out and takes time. So Jordan Leisure scrubs his spikes clean. We'll get set for the 3-1 in a minute. All right, he checks the runner at first. Leisure is set. Here's the 3-1. Slider misses low, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. In the top of the 6th, it'll bring up Arozarena, the left fielder, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And YW short for you're welcome. I'm sure everybody knows that. All right. Sox flirting with disaster here. Tie game, 2 outs, bases loaded. Leisure, a righty against the right-handed hitter. He's checks his swing and fouls off a slider. 0-1. So this is the 5th place hitter in the Seattle Mariners lineup. 0-1. Leisure. Here's the pitch. Slider just foul down third base line. 0-2. So the Sox are 1 strike away from getting out of this bases loaded jam. Randy Arozarena, number 56, the left fielder today. Right-handed hitter. Right-handed pitcher, Jordan Leisure, number 49. Here's the pitch. Slider upstairs, fouled off. Still 0-2. All right, we'll do it again. 0-2. 2 outs. Base is loaded. Leisure is set. 3 straight sliders. Here's the 4th pitch. Upstairs, 4-seam, 94, ball 1. That was really high. All right. First place Mariners have the bases loaded, but 2 outs. 1-2 pitch on the ground. Mydroth at short, over to second in time to retire the side. The Sox avoid a disaster, and we head to the bottom of the 7th, still tied up at 4-4. Again, yeah, the Mariners are in first place. The Sox are not good. They started out 7-23 in March and April, but in the month of May, they are 8-11. All right, middle of the 7th coming up. All right, so 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Mariners, White Sox 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Mydroth on a throw from short. So for the Mariners, Evans has worked 6 innings, 6 hits given up, 4 runs given up, and a walk, but 7 strikeouts, 3 home runs, though. Still a 3.33 ERA. Smith pitched well, 5 innings. He had the 4-3 lead when he exited, but Iser, so 3 runs given up. Iser gave up a solo shot to tie it at 4. Castro worked out of a jam and into a jam, and Leisure bailed him out as we head to the bottom of the 7th. So as you can see on the page, Seattle is 27-20. They've split the 3-game series 1-1. Mariners won game 1 on Monday night, 5-1. Grand slam by Rodriguez in the top of the 8th. Sox are 15-34 after the split. They won game 2 to even the series 1-1. 1-0. Jordan Leisure with the save. Newcomer Hauser got the win. They had just signed him that day, and he got the strong start. I think he went 6 and got the win. All right, leading off in the bottom of the 7th is Vaughn, the DH, followed by Elko at first base and Rojas, the left fielder. So the 7, 8, 9 hitters are due up for the White Sox. Here's the first pitch to Vaughn, taken, strike, 92-mile-per-hour 4-seam. And we have Casey Legumina, who pitched the first inning yesterday. He is in on relief. Right-hander. Fires. It should have been a strike on the outside edge of the plate, but it's a ball. Mastro Buoni takes over at third after pinch hitting. Here's the 1-1. 4-seam catches the low inside corner. Strike 2, 1-2. Vaughn is 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th. Oh, sweeper swung on and skied to left on the run near the line, caught for out number 1 by Arozarena, the left fielder. All right, 1 out. If you're new to the channel and you like what we do here, please hit like on the video and consider hitting the subscribe button to Sinbin Stream on YouTube. It really helps out the channel. Thank you. Thanks for viewing, though, as always. Four seam, 93, inside, ball 1. The hitter is Tim Elko, the first baseman, who's 1 for 2 with a solo home run in the third. Sweeper taken, strike 1. That's his third home run, and he's only been up 10 days with the Sox. Here's the 1-1. Sweeper up in the zone, but strike 2. I hit the wrong button. Apologies. 1 out, nobody on. Elko, the hitter. The right-hander delivers. Sweeper grounded up the middle. Oh, off the glove of Moore. Safe at first. Don't know if you can assume a fielding error there. That would have been a tough throw. Elko's fairly fast. So we'll see what the official score says. No indication yet. It is a hit. Give Elko the Sox 7th hit of the day. Yeah, that'd be kind of brutal to say error, because he was going to have a long throw from behind the bag at deep, into shallow center, actually. That'll bring up the left-handed hitting Rojas. He takes strike 1, 92. 1 out, 1 on. 0 for 2, 2 ground outs for Rojas. Four seam, little outside, 1-1, evens the count. Elko takes his lead, fires a four seam high, 2-1. Legumina, Lugumina. He pitched the first inning yesterday, or last night, I should say. He's in to pitch the 7th. Throws a four seam. Looked like it was in the zone, but that's taken for ball 3. That ball was not high, and it was over the plate, and it's called a ball. This ump's very inconsistent on his strike zone today. Here's the 3-1. Sox will take it because it's a 5-pitch walk, and they quickly have 2 on with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 440-471, right? 440-471. Mydroth, 1 for 3, a double in the first, which the Sox wasted. Let's see. Are they going to the pen, or is this just a mound visit by the pitching coach? Believe it's just a mound visit by the pitching coach. So Mydroth takes his swings outside of the batter's box. I got to get a quick bite. Oh, this is a long visit. Isn't there some sort of time limit on this? All right. Catcher's finally back behind the plate. Mydroth steps in. Pitch clock finally starts rolling. 1 out, 2 on. Right-hander versus right-hander. Here's the pitch. Four seam. Taken, strike 1. High in the zone. Oh and 1. Fouls off a sinker quickly. 0 and 2. All right, 0-2 pitch. Here's the set Four-seamer on the ground past the first baseman into right. Elko around third, and he'll score. And the Sox should have runners at the corners with only one out. And now they have a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the seventh. Good opposite field hit there by the right-handed hitting shortstop, Mydroth, the rookie. And he is hot. Sox get a run here in the home half of the seventh inning. 5-8-1, 4-4-0. Yeah, Tellez, the first baseman, was playing quite a bit over to second and had no chance. Vargas fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. He is 0 for 3, 2 lineouts and a strikeout, 235 average, 6 home runs, 21 RBI, the second place hitter on the day. 0 for 3 and a strikeout. Swung on and missed, four-seam, 91, strike 2. Again, 1 run in, runners at the corners, 1 out. Sox now lead 5-4. All right, they're showing Elko, who just scored the lead run, and he had the first run of the day for the Sox, a solo shot in the third. Sweeper misses outside, 79, ball 1. Again, Legumina in relief of Evans, who went 6 solid innings, but gave up 4. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Four-seam up in the zone. And there's 2 outs. Sox still have runners at the corners, though. Tough pitch to catch up to. Great pitch, 93 miles per hour. Got a little under it. Okay, that'll bring up Matt Thaiss, the left-handed hitting catcher for the Sox, third in the order. He is 1 for 3. He scored a run on the 2-run homer by Sosa, and he has a strikeout as well. Four-seam misses upstairs, a little bit outside, ball 1. All right. That's Rojas at third and Mydroth at first. Fouls off the next pitch to even the count, 1-1, 92 miles per hour. All right, Thaiss steps out of the batter's box. Legumina, the right-hander, waits. Now he's set. All right, in the set, 5 seconds on the pitch clock. He delivers, fouled off another four-seam. It's 1-2 the count. 23 pitches for Legumina here in relief. Came on here in the 7th. He's got 2 outs, gave up a run. Still in 2 runners on base, first and third. Changeup high and away, ball 2, evens the count, 2-2. And Mydroth takes second. I don't know if it's a stolen base or defensive indifference. We'll take a look. But 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs on a 2-2 count. Bottom of the 7th. A 1-run lead for the Sox. Needing Thaiss to get a hit to add to it. Changeup misses outside. Full count. So the runners can take off on contact. And Mydroth should score on a single from second base. Two outs, 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed on an 81-mile-per-hour sweeper, strike 3. But the Sox pick up a run to take the lead. Finally, somebody gets a run off of something other than a home run. We head to the top of the 8th. Sox lead 5-4. All right. So 440 and 581. 440, 581. Okay, that's good. All right, let's check out the action around the league. See if there's any additional finals. Looks like it. All right. We'll go through the in progress real quick. In Milwaukee, Orioles and Brewers in extra innings. Each team got a run in the 10th. Orioles are batting in the 11th. Royals in San Francisco. They lead the Giants 3-0, and the Giants are batting in the bottom of the second. Guardians, Twins 0-0, bottom of the second. That's game 2 of a doubleheader. Rest of the action in the league resumes at 5:45. So earlier today, finals, Tigers over the Cardinals 5-1. Cubs, so Tigers win on the road. Cubs win on the road 2-1 over the Marlins. Twins got a run to break the tie in the bottom of the ninth, 6-5. Rays win at home 8-4 over the Astros. Pirates win at home over the Reds 3-1. And the rest tonight. That'll get you caught up. All right, Mike Vassell comes on for the Sox in relief of Jordan Leisure in the top of the 8th. 1.98 ERA. Michael Taylor takes over for Rojas in left field. The only change on defense for the Sox. This is Tellez, the left-handed hitting first baseman. He takes a curveball on the outside edge of the plate. Ball, strike 1. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a ground out for the lefty. Right-handed pitcher Vassell delivers way outside. Changeup. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Sinker into left for a single. Leadoff hit for the Mariners. Their 5th hit of the day. 2 of them home runs. All right, quick reminder. The rest of the week, we got WNBA Sky's home opener tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. Game 1 and 2, Friday and Saturday. The Sox host the Rangers. Going to do the hockey game 3 of the Western Conference Finals Sunday afternoon. And then Monday, Memorial Day, the Sox at the Mets in the afternoon. Skipping week 9 and 10 of the UFL season because those games are meaningless. Leo Rivas is the pinch runner for Tellez at first. And that brings up Taveras, a switch hitter, 1 for 3 today. Change up in the air to right on the run, back at the track and gone into the first row. And just like that, the Mariners regain the lead, up 6-5, top of the 7th. Oh, first pitch to Taveras, and it's gone. Left the yard in a hurry. 6 runs on 6 hits now for the Mariners. Oh, boy. Great googly moogly, as the old Snickers commercial went. First row in the alley in right center. Cutter swung on and missed. Vassell gets ahead 0-1 on Moore, the second baseman. 0 for 3 and a strikeout. Inside and up. Sweeper 81 misses 1-1. Moore had to turn out of the way a little bit. Sinker fouled off low, strike 2. Nobody out. Single and a home run to start the top of the 8th. Moore did reach on a throwing error by the shortstop, and he stole second. Sweeper behind the bag at second, over to first just in time after he dropped it initially. Gets the first out in the inning. So that was Sosa over to Elko, 4-3 ground out. So yeah, off day for the Sox tomorrow. They host the Rangers at home Friday, Saturday, Sunday in New York for the Mets Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, and then they have a 3-game set against the Orioles. And I missed Homer Road. Apologies. Miles Mastrobuoni, 0 for 1 with a ground out. He pinch hit, and he took over at third. Takes inside, ball 1. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch by Vassell. In there, a cutter taken 88. Strike 1. One pitch, 1 out. Nobody on. Sinker way outside. 2-1. 88. All right. Vassell wants a new baseball. Gets one. Now he's working it in. Takes to the pitching rubber. Pitching clock is rolling. Here's the 2-1. In the center for another single. 1 out, 1 on. Mariners collect their 7th hit of the game. Sox playing with fire here, trailing by 1 in the top of the 8th. Wonder if anybody's warming up. We're headed to the top of the order now. Crawford, the shortstop, 0 for 1. I'm sorry, 0 for 2. 2 walks and a run scored in the first. Changeup on the outside edge of the plate taken. Strike 1. And looks like we had an official scoring change because the Sox have 2 errors now. Changeup outside evens the count. 1-1. Figure out who that error is on in a minute. 670-582. Throw to first, not in time. Safe. Elko throws it back to Vassell. Crawford, again, 0 for 2, but 2 walks and a run scored. 270 hitter on the season. Leadoff hitter, 0 for 2 again. Like I said, 1-1 pitch on the ground to first. Elko fires to the shortstop, back to first, not in time. They retire the lead runner, though. 2 outs, man at first. So good play by Elko to fire it to the shortstop. Shortstop Mydroth, but not in time for the double play. That'll bring up Crawford, the shortstop. Because I don't think he would have had time to put the tag, by taking off the force if he had stepped on first. So important for Mydroth to get the ball and retire the lead runner. Can you turn that down, please? Sorry. Curveball taken, strike 1, 2 outs. Left-handed hitter Polanco, the DH, today. 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored, also strikeout. Oh, and a hit by pitch. That's why he's 0 for 2, not. Here's the pitch. Sinker on the inside edge of the plate, 0-2. Vassell, a righty. Polanco, a left-handed hitter. I'm sorry, no, he's a switch hitter in the left-handed batter's box. Tapper back to the mound to Vassell. He'll throw over to Elko to retire the side. 1-3 ground out, but not before the Mariners take the lead by 1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. 6-5 Mariners. Six, 7-0, 5-8-2. So Mydroth has already had an error on a throw. They give Taylor one for fielding. Taylor in left field, but did they take a hit away? I don't understand that. What was the error? Wait, was it hold on. Well, it didn't affect earned runs. The Sox have given up 6 runs, 6 earned. 5 runs, 5 earned for the Seattle's pitching staff. Yeah, I don't remember. They said a fielding error. Huh. All right. All right, bottom of the 8th, Robert Jr., the right-handed hitting center fielder who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts will lead off, followed by Sosa and Palacios, who each have a home run today. 2-run shot by Sosa and a solo by Palacios back-to-back in the 3rd. Briefly gave the Sox a 4-3 lead. Carlos Vargas, a right-hander, on to pitch for the Mariners. 19 games, 23 innings pitched, 3.52 ERA. Dylan Moore takes over at first, and Leo Rivas at second base. First pitch actually taken for a strike by Robert Jr., 0-1. Cutter on the ground to short, up and over to first in time, out number 1. 2 pitch and a ground out by Robert Jr. Sox down to their last 5 outs in the game. So all the runs scored on home runs except for the Sox 5th run. That was a hit on a single to score a runner. Sinker. It was in the zone, but it's called ball 1. I got to wait. 1 for 3, 2-run homer in the 4th. His 4th of the season is Sosa. Righty against righty. Sinker in the air to right. Right fielder doesn't have to move much. Quickly, 2 away. 4 pitches and 2 outs for Vargas, the righty in relief. Sox a little impatient at the plate, only trailing by 1 in the bottom of the 8th. And this is Joshua Palacios, a right fielder, hitting left-handed. First pitch fouled and off the catcher's mask on a sinker, 97. And the ump will throw out a new ball, and he'll dust off the plate to give the catcher, Raleigh, a chance to gather himself up. 2 outs, nobody on. Palacios 1 for 2 on the day. Also with a walk. He takes a sinker low and outside, evens the count, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Outside sinker, 96, 2-1. Can't remember. I think, didn't Vargas pitch in relief yesterday? I can't remember now. All right, setting up upstairs. Sinker at the top of the zone, taken, strike 2, 95 miles per hour. 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Sox trail by 1, bottom of the 8th. Showing Will Venable in the Sox dugout. Cutter low and in, swung on and missed. Strike 3, garbage or junk ball pitch. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We head to the 9th. Sox trailing by 1. 67058. Now they took it. Okay, hold on. I got to fix this live. All right, they took away a hit for the Sox and gave the Mariners an error. But I swear the Mariners hit count didn't change. So I'm so confused by the Sox second error. 671572. Okay, let me fix the other box. Why is this not working? All right, 671. 671572. All right, is that right? 6715. 671572. I guess. All right, we're heading to the ninth. Steven Wilson, number 36, a right-hander on in relief for the Sox. 1-0, 1.98 ERA, 14 games, 13 and 2/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, .88 WHIP, which is walks and hits per innings pitched. All right, sweeper, strike one. I think he's swung and missed. The hitter is Rodriguez, who hit the 3-run homer in the first. Right-hander versus right-hander. On the ground, a sweeper. Vargas up with it at third. Throws to first in time. What a play for the first out in the top of the ninth. Sox throwing the leather around in the infield here. Even though they got 2 errors on the day. Great play by Vargas, although let's take a look. Maybe this got beat out and will be challenged. No, he's out. He's out. That'll bring up Raleigh, the catcher, who's 2 for 3 with a solo shot. 1 run, 1 RBI, and a walk. Takes outside, 1-0. Ow. Wilson delivers outside, 4-seam, 93, ball 2. All right, 671-572. Interesting. I don't remember. They didn't take a hit away unless I just forgot to update it. Sweeper low, ball 3. 1 out, nobody on. Second hitter of the inning is up 3-0 in the count. Wilson, I already gave you that. They were just putting his numbers up on the TV broadcast. 3-0 count. Outside, 92 mile per hour, 4-seam, 4-pitch walk. Man at first, only 1 away. That'll bring up the left fielder who hits right-handed, Arozarena. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 226 average, 758 OPS. And he was hit by a pitch in the third. 6 home runs, 21 RBI in the season. First pitch, righty against righty. Sweeper low, 1-0. 5 straight balls by Wilson. So that play at third was crucial because Wilson's a little bit wild right now. Sweeper swung on and missed for strike one, 84. Elko, number 30, holding the runner on at first. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, four seam misses, 2-1. All right, here's the 2-1. Four seam, swung on and missed, strike two, 93 miles per hour. Come on, gotta keep it a 6-5 game here. Let's go, Wilson. Can't afford to give anything up here. Give the Sox a chance in the ninth. All right, 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Sweeper on the ground to third, over to the second baseman, on to first. Not in time, but they get the lead runner. And we got two away. Fielder's choice on a 5-4 ground out. 5-4 fielder's choice. Apologies. So 2 outs, still a runner at first. They got the lead runner. Rosarena too quick, and he beat out the double play. That'll bring up Rivas, who was a pinch runner and took over in the field at second base. He's got a run scored. He scored on Tavares' 2-run homer in the 8th? Yeah, he fouls off strike one, or the first pitch. 313 average in 25 games, no home runs, 3 RBI. 450 on-base percentage, 333 slugging. So that gives him a 783 OPS. Throw to first, not in time. Right-hander Wilson. Rivas, a left-handed hitter. Two outs. 0-1 count. One runner on. Sox trailing by 1. Top of the ninth. Sweeper. It caught the bottom of the strike zone, but it's called a ball. 1-1. Gosh darn it. This guy's strike zone is so frustrating. It's all over the place. Stuff that should be called a strike is called a ball. Stuff that should be a ball is called a strike. 1-1. Four seam in the air behind third base. Vargas under it to make the catch to retire the side. So no runs, and we head to the bottom of the ninth. Sox coming to bat, trailing by 1. 671-572. Let's double check that. 671-572. 671-572. Okay. And a reminder, I know you hear it from all the YouTube channels you watch, but it's true. Please hit like if you like what we're doing here on the video. And if you would, please consider hitting the subscribe button to Sinbin Stream here on YouTube. It helps out the channel. You can follow me on X, Sinbin Stream, also Blue Sky. I just don't have it in this graphic. It's Sinbin Stream, and then whatever their, full web addresses. Also, I'm on Twitch and Kick at Sinbin Stream. All right, thank you so much for the views. That helps as well. And just a reminder, coming up tomorrow night, New York Liberty at Chicago Sky, home opener in the WNBA season for the Sky. They lost their first game on the road on Saturday. Then we got game 1 and 2 Friday and Saturday. Friday night against the Rangers and Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon hockey, game 3 of the Western Conference Finals, Dallas Stars at Edmonton. Then game 1 on Memorial Day of a 3-game set in New York to take on the Mets. Monday afternoon, again, 3:10 p.m. Central, first pitch. So I'll be on at 2 for the hockey and 7 for the WNBA. And for the 5 minutes before first pitch in baseball. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. You can make a comment live in the chat or after the game. Let me know. We got Vaughn, the DH, hitting right-handed. Andres Munoz out to pitch. 1 for 3, Vaughn today. Pitch 1 taken, slider outside. Munoz has 15 saves, tied for the league lead with 2 National Leaguers from San Diego and Washington. Slider low, swung on and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. Come on, Vaughn. We need hits. Base runners. Elko on deck. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed on a 97-mile-per-hour sinker that was low. Strike 2. 1 for 3. Single in the 4th. 185 average. 524 OPS for Vaughn. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher throws. Slider into left for a leadoff single for the Sox. There we go. Tying run on base. 8th hit of the afternoon for the White Sox. Just turned on it and drove it into left for a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Elko, the first baseman. 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, an RBI on a solo shot, 1 strikeout. Vinny Capra pinch runs for Vaughn at first. Number 30 for the Sox steps in. Called up last Sunday, so like 10 days ago. He's got 1 for 3 today. Reached on an error, 2 runs scored. 3 homers, 5 RBI in 10 days. First pitch to the right-hander. Misses outside, I believe. Yep, ball 1. 87-mile-per-hour slider. Bottom of the 9th. Sox trail by 1. Yeah, setting up high in the zone. 1-0 pitch. Slider. 86 in the air to short center. Under it is Rodriguez. Whoa, had to back up. 1 away. 1 on, and that'll bring up Taylor, who took over and left for Rojas. Curo, the switch hitting catcher and sometimes DH, is pinch hitting. 267 average, 659 OPS. And Raleigh comes out to talk to Munoz. All right, so the switch hitting catcher, number 7, pinch hitting here from the left-handed batter's box against the right-handed pitcher. Come on, Munoz. We really need a hit here. Come on, Edgar. 267, no home runs, 10 RBI in 27 games for the switch hitting catcher. Again, Vaughn was the DH. He led off with a single, got pinch run for by Capra. Elko just popped out to center, so 1 out, 1 on. Pinch hitter Curo in the 9th spot. Setting up high in the zone, but instead a throw to first, not in time, no tag. Munoz, number 75 for the Mariners. Pitch, low in the strike zone, 97 called, strike 1. All right, 0-1, 1 out, 1 on at first. Here's the pitch. Just misses low to even the count. 1-1, 97 miles per hour. I mean, it looked... I have no clue what a strike and a ball is. This guy's... Every home plate ump has been worse, but from game 1 to 2 to 3. Setting up high as the catcher. Swung on and missed, 97 mile per hour four-seam, strike 2. Come on, Edgar. We really need a hit or a walk. Hit by pitch. Reach on air or something. We need base runners. Outside and high. Four-seam 98. Evens the count. 2-2. Taken ball. All right, 2-2, 1 out. Runner at first. Right-handed pitcher. Slider in the air behind third base, now in foul territory. Caught for out number 2. The Sox are down to their last out. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, though, Mydroth. So nobody else you want hitting in this situation than Mydroth, who is 2 for 4 on the day with an RBI, 1 strikeout. He had a double that the Sox wasted in the top of the first, single and stolen base. 304 average, 1 home run, 5 RBI for the rookie shortstop, number 10. Right-hander versus right-hander, and Raleigh is out to talk to Munoz again. He heads back behind the plate. Hey, if you're new here, I really appreciate the view, but please also hit like on the video and consider hitting the subscribe button to Sin Bin Stream on YouTube. Really will help out the channel. We got baseball for you, UFL football, playoff hockey, WNBA, Chicago Sky games, and here's the first pitch. Four-seam. It was on the outside edge of the plate, but it's called a ball. Wow. Sox will take it. Replay shows half the ball in the zone. 1-0. 2 out. Runner at first. Down by 1. Slider caught it again. Still called a ball on the outside corner, but 2-0 to Mydroth. This could easily be 0-2, but instead it's 2-0. Here's Munoz. He's set. The catcher wants it high instead of slider outside. 3-0, 89 miles per hour. Sox will take a walk. It'll put the tying run at second and bring up Vargas. But really could use a double or a triple or a home run here. But a hit will do. 3-0 or ball 4. 99, four-seam right down the middle, taking strike 1. 15 pitches for Munoz, who came on in this save situation in the bottom of the 9th. He is set. The catcher wants it upstairs. Sinker up the middle. Second baseman handles it. Steps on second. That will retire the side. The Sox lose by 1 and lose the series. Make that 2-1 in the 3-game series. And they will have an off day tomorrow, and they will host the Texas Rangers on Friday evening. We'll have that game here on Sin Bin Stream. So 6-7-1, 5-8-2 for the Sox, the final. 6-7-1, 5-8-2. Got to adjust the records real quick. The Mariners improved to 28-20. Sox dropped to 15-35. Once again, 20 under 500. They are 8-12 though in the month of May. So there's your breakdown of all the runs. Let's check it out here. All right, so Legumina, who was the starter yesterday or last night and pitched just the first inning, comes in relief and pitches 1 inning, gave up a run, which is unearned. He picks up the win to improve to 4-1. Vargas with a hold. Munoz now with his Major League Baseball leading 16th save. Pitched the 9th. And tough loss. Vassell gives up 2 runs. He gets the loss. All 6 runs earned to the Sox pitching staff. Solid start by Shane Smith. Make that Vassell. Okay, blown save for Eisert. Vassell drops to 2-2. He picks up a blown save. Wilson's worked a scoreless 9th. But that'll do it. Again, Seattle improves to 28-20. And the Sox drop to 15-35. Again, 8-12 though in the month of May after a rough 30-game stretch in March and April, only being 7-23. All right. A reminder, tomorrow night, back here, 7 p.m., WNBA. More baseball Friday and Saturday. Rangers, White Sox, Stars at Oilers, Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. And then Memorial Day, Monday afternoon baseball for the Sox at Mets, Game 1. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button to Sin Bin Stream on YouTube, and also please hit the like button on the video. 6, 5, and 9 innings. Mariners win Game 3, and also they took Game 1 to win the series 2-1. That'll do it. Until next time, whether it's Sox baseball Friday night or the WNBA tomorrow night, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow night. This is Sin Bin Stream signing out. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.